Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and hanging out with me for another video. Today we are continuing with the 12-step home reset and we are tackling the dreaded kids room, the toys, the books, the kids stuff, the little bits and pieces, the collectibles, the dust collecting stuff that they just won't part with. But we are going to get it all nice, neat, clean, organized. I'm going to pick up some new storage systems from Ikea to help with them being able to have a place to keep all their things, keep it really quick and easy to maintain and to be able to put away and clean up really quickly and easily. So if you are looking for some inspiration for your kids and how to organize their stuff, just keep on watching.
This town's so lame, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in your car, we can drive away. Oh yeah, we're almost there. I'm loving this feeling of something new, just right what I needed.
Hi.
Take me there, we can drive away. Oh yeah. Listen to the midnight radio.
This is the progress at about 2 hours. So the beds have been sorted, everything's been brought out from underneath. Everything here has been gone through, sorted and put back. So they are their fiction books that they want to keep. The posters are just there to go on the wall. The damage from the things that the boys stuck on without asking. Bookshelf here with their TV, PlayStation, gaming stuff. And then just 4 cubes for their shoes and bits and pieces. And then they've just got a basket with some blankets and things. We switched out the bigger side table for the small side table. That's just so they have their water bottles and things up here. And then this is all the stuff that is going to be going through, sorted out. It looks like a lot of stuff, but honestly it's not too much. And I've just ordered some 2 extra drawers from Ikea to go on the top of those drawer units, just like mine, the 2 small skinny ones. So it will sit just on top. You build it and just put it on top. Then they have just one of the Kmart shoe racks, which are sadly discontinued up there. So that will have some storage boxes for just their kind of bits and pieces, because they don't really have any toys or anything, or not that they have toys anymore, but they don't really have any stuff in their room. And then those 2 drawer boxes are for their kind of keepsake things. And there's just a box of Lego instructions up the top. Then they've got their 2 file boxes down there that have got all of their like school keepsakes, all of their schoolwork, and then it's just the exact same on the other side. That monitor is going for now, and that will go downstairs. And then same thing, they'll just get an extra 2 skinny drawers on the top. But that is to be continued. Nice weather for a trip to Costco.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
If I were itching for a taco, I would prefer Guzman Gomez though, I've got to say. Beefy cheesy burrito. Touch it, Riley.
I'm sorry, but it's fake.
Give it a hug. Let's try the Oxy cream for $4.97. Can you get that, please? Get in there. Gotta go around there. There we go. Okay, click and collect.
You know I should have got a topper.
Oh, Emily, no. No.
You know you guys are filming.
Riley, you do it better. Do it, Riley.
Emily, no.
Emily, no.
Yeah, it is actually.
Just don't put that on.
Yeah.
25 bucks.
Bag of bowl.
So it is now the next day of the kids' room reorganizing extravaganza. On the first day, I basically just asked the kids to pull everything out so that we had a fresh, clean kind of space to work with, and then gave it a bit of a clean on the first day. And then the second day, after we picked up everything from Ikea, just building the Ikea furniture, which, as you can see, some of the pieces were a little bit warped. Did manage to get them together, so not going to bother taking them back or anything like that. The other thing though that I noticed was that the drawers that we added on were a slightly different color to the base drawers, and I'm like, oh, is this enough for me to go all the way back, take that trek back to Ikea to exchange them? So I've just kept them for the meantime, but like if it bugs me, I think I'll take them off and then exchange them for another one or just return them. It's just a pain because usually Ikea is spot on, but I've noticed in the past few things that I've picked up from Ikea, some of the things have been a little bit skew-iffy. Like one of the desks that I purchased with the smaller Alex desk, it's got a really funny smell, like a really musty smell on the inside of the drawer, which no matter how much cleaning you do, you just can't get rid of it. So as much as I love Ikea, lately a few things have just been a little bit on the dodgy side. So just make sure you bear that in mind if you are interested in picking up anything that I recommend. I do still love Ikea and I think their products are fantastic. They have an amazing returns policy anyway, but it's just one thing to be mindful of that I've noticed in the last probably 6 months or so of picking up things from Ikea.
Listen to the midnight radio. We can drive through the night, sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life, can't remain, no delay, gotta let go. We can drive through the night, sing along to the midnight radio. Don't wanna wait all my life, can't remain, no delay, gotta let go. Listen to the midnight radio. Listen to the midnight We saw it little by little. What about common sense? And now we're stuck in the middle, so we climb the fence. It's like the whole turned its back on us, and now we
And now comes time for my absolute favorite part, which is reorganizing all the things, all the little bits and pieces. So I just basically set up all the baskets and things with a few ideas, but then I left it for the kids to actually put their things in. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of nudged them in the direction of a way that I thought was a good way to organize it, but I wanted them to set it up so that when it came time for them to have to clean up, they knew where everything was and it was in a system that they had set up. So hopefully that encourages them to put things away quicker and easier and not just like stuff things. Like I know Riley can be a little bit of a pack rat and just like stuff things anywhere that he can find a spot for them, rather than taking the time to put them away in their designated spaces. So once again, just having them help in the process of setting them up might make it a bit easier. Now usually the boys do clean their own room, like they do vacuum and everything like that, but I was just up here, I made their beds for them and I vacuumed the floor and just wrapped up with the cleaning and organizing. But on a weekly basis they do all of this kind of stuff themselves. We also picked up from Ikea just a little over the door hook situation that Jake is going to build and put together. So this is just to put over the door so that they can hang things like their school bags or sporting equipment or caps, hats, anything that would typically just be left on the floor. It's got a place to be hung up so it can be just put away and it's not lying on the floor where they're tripping all over it, just to keep the floors nice, clean and clear, so that if I am upstairs vacuuming, I just whip through and vacuum their floor for them at the same time. But I won't do it if they've got lots of stuff all over their floor. If that's the case, they have to clean it and it's up to them to do it. And now we are really into the home stretch, and I have literally had it by this point in time, and it is just putting the freshly washed sofa cover back on and just attaching it back. So that about wraps up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching along as we have cleaned and organized all of the kids stuff. I mean, not that my kids are super little kids anymore. I definitely would recommend though, if you do have younger kids, like I've mentioned heaps of times before, when my kids were younger, I used to put all their toys in rotation. So I would just have some plastic storage tubs that I would keep their toys in, and I would keep it in the top of their wardrobe just as they've still got it, but just that they can access it now themselves. And then just switch out into those Ikea Kallax units, or I used to have the Ikea Trofast kids storage units, which are fantastic for younger kids, and just make sure that they are switched out so that they've only got the amount of things and toys available to them that they are capable and able to clean up, organize and manage on their own. So this is basically what the finished, cleaned, organized bedroom looks like, minus the 2 prints need to get hung up. I just am out of the 3M Velcro strips, but this is how it looks. Now they've got lots of room for the stuff that they actually want to keep. And then they've got a few of their things on display that were previously just like tucked away in boxes where they couldn't even see them. So as I mentioned before, they've just got their non-fiction books there that they want to keep, then a few like personal bits and pieces, a couple of their bobbleheads, a little lamp from Ikea that is an alarm clock, their prints that just need to go up. These bed covers are from H&M Home. I have bought these maybe 6 years ago. They are amazing quality. They have stood up, and that is the only quilt cover that the kids have. I bought another one for them, but I never ended up using it because the quilts just slipped down inside the covers. So they've had these for 6 years, and I've looked so many places for single bed quilt covers and haven't been able to find anything that isn't like really rough or cheap quality. That's not totally babyish. Now that they're getting older, they probably want something that is just maybe a little bit more plain. Now here they've just got 1 cube of fiction books. These are all of their books that they had as kids that we've gone through, gotten rid of so many, and these are the ones that I just want to keep. So they might actually get boxed up, and that will give them, you know, another cube space. And then they've just got some shoes, boxing stuff, a few miscellaneous stuffed toys, and then up the top, it's just mostly their gaming stuff because that's honestly what they spend the most of their like free time doing. They don't have lots of other toys and things. Besides Lego, they do still do quite a bit of Lego and the occasional Beyblade battle. So they've got just those Kmart shelves up there which hold some Ikea storage tubs. So that's got things that they still want to keep, but they don't want to access them, and they don't need to have, you know, easy access for them every day. So they're just stored up there along with a few little knick-knacky bits and pieces. They've got some hanging space here, which they don't have too much hanging like type clothes. It's mostly just uniforms, which are just tucked out of the way for now. Riley's got some Lego displayed here. And then for his drawers, I don't think he's finished organizing his, but this is what like the situation is so far, just to give you a little idea. I think we'll get some more organizers that are kind of this size and then just line them with some non-slip liners. And then in that next drawer down, Riley's the one that does like all the collectible things, and I've asked him a couple of times, you want to get rid of these, you want to get rid of these? He's like, no, I want to keep them. So he wants to keep those, which is totally fine because he's got a spot to keep them. It is a bit of a pain that the drawers don't open fully, so to get to the back ones you do have to do a little bit of Tetris, but at least it's all sort of contained. I think we're missing one to have like a full set, but it actually works well because it gives you that space to be able to move them around and reach for the other stuff. And then in these ones down here, he's just got his just clothes and things in some Ikea scub storage. Most of his clothes I think are in the wash at the moment. Then as I mentioned before, that is just where they've got their school stuff. That is where they've got their memorabilia stuff, which I guess is perfectly fine to be up there because it doesn't need to be like regularly accessed. And another one of the Kmart shelves just with some storage. We've got some more of those in the garage actually, so Jake might have those to put some of his little bits and pieces. And then in here he's just more like got, I guess, older kids stuff. So he's just got his wallet, his watch, his AirPods, some lip balm, his school iPad, and just his school bits and pieces. And then what's he got down here? Oh, he's got his gel blastery things. And then in here he's just got his clothes. So this is what he's got to sort out and put up there once we get those from the garage. But it's just like his little bits and pieces. So that is that. And I am more than happy with how it's turned out. We got rid of quite a few bits and pieces that just they weren't playing with or using. But just to get it into a manageable system that they can look after and manage, and that we've just got, you know, whittling it down to the things that they actually use and that they actually want to keep. Oh, and that is I just can't show you that one because that's Riley's school bag and it's got his school on it. That is the over the door hook thing, and of course you can put it on the back. It's just that we had some washing in front of it when he put it all together. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It is really great feedback for my channel. It helps me out a ton. Be sure to subscribe. Sunday's video is the Costco kind of shop with me haul. I spent $400 at Costco. I never know how you end up spending so much money at Costco, but I was really super careful and like did lots of calculations with the things that we bought. So I will share with you the things that I think are the real money savers to buy when you shop at Costco.
So I climbed the fence. It's like the whole turned its back on us.
Yeah.
I'm going to be flying under the covers tonight. Nice, Riley? Nice.
It's recording, man.
Fighting under the covers tonight. Riley, okay, good. Okay. Can I put that in my video, please?